back. Welcome to 2021. Wow, I have a lot swirling around in my head, but I am gonna give people a few minutes, up to 10 minutes, whatever, to find this, and then we can hang and just talk about kind of what we would like to see happen for the new year. There's a lot to talk about. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Alyssa Price, and this channel is Super Calilistic. And my goal is to bring you all things California, whether it's SoCal theme parks and attractions, or taking you up to the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas to hang out at my family citrus ranch, Rancho Monte Vista. I am committed to bringing you those videos. Today I'm kind of letting this be loose and fun and in the moment, which is kind of scary because, you know, usually if I have like a real, it's ironic actually, because I want to talk about starting your year with intention. However, I am a bit hypocritical in that I don't have like a lot of clear intentions for this video, but I just thought, you know, it's the first live video of the year. Is January. I feel like January is a time to stay calm, to stay still, to reflect. I find when I move into action for the year, it's usually February, March, April is when new projects kind of come to life and purpose starts to, there starts to be some light on, like personally, I start to see some light on like what is most important for me to focus on for the year, or maybe, you know, you're in a 10-year cycle or a 5-year cycle, because things really take time. If you have big goals for yourself, it's going to take more than a year, right? So we're all at different places. For some of you, a New Year's intention is like drinking a lot of water, just something really simple. Or for some of you, maybe it's taking your, you know, business to the next level, or moving, or much bigger things. Not that drinking a lot of water isn't a big thing, but I guess I'm trying to say I've had many different New Year's experiences. I always try to start with intention because I do believe we are creative beings. And whether we do it with intention or not, we are going to create something. So wouldn't it be so much better to create something that you've intended versus something that maybe is just subconscious or not with intention? So that being said, I am just gonna chill. I'm not gonna make this like, you know, really heavy or like get out your notepads and take some notes. I'm gonna go over all of this. It really is a time for me to say hi to you guys. I missed all of you so much. I wasn't even gone for a week. I did a video, I caved. I was gonna take a whole week off. I was gonna take from more than a week. I was gonna post my last Christmas Vlogmas video on December 25th, Christmas, which I did. I loved it. I had a lot of fun doing it with my kids. It was our Roblox gameplay Christmas video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. I know Roblox and video gaming, it's not for everybody, but it's kind of a big deal to my family right now. So I decided to do that for Christmas. And so we did that, and then I took a break, which was harder than I thought. Like, I thought it was gonna be so amazing to take time off. I have to say, I missed editing, I missed you guys, I missed saying hi, I missed this live video. So yeah, there was withdrawal for sure. In fact, I even just completely last minute, unplanned, decided to do a 2020 like YouTube rewind for my channel, like just a year in review. I did do that. I follow this channel. Her name's I don't actually know her name, but she's in Florida and she covers theme parks and all that fun stuff. And her name's Super Enthused on her channel. And I saw one of her year in review videos for this year, and I was like, you know, a lot has happened, and I just decided to go for it. I decided to make my own like year in review YouTube rewind. I've never done that before. I kind of felt like, would anybody watch it? But it's doing okay. So apparently people did enjoy kind of just looking back on the year and just seeing all the things that happened, because a lot did happen. It was for so many of us on so many different levels, whether it was like an incredibly tragic year or a year of awakening or growth. We all had some kind of experience this past year. And what's kind of tricky about this new year is we're moving into 2021, but we can't really start fresh because it's still going on. I mean, here in California, there's still a lot of things closed, a lot of people getting coronavirus. It's really nasty. This virus is very contagious and relentless, so it just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. So unlike other years, there's like a sense of like starting fresh, but this year there really is like, we're still confronted with the same issues we'd like to leave behind in 2020. It's still here. It's still something so many of us are wrestling with and trying to navigate. So I'm looking at this video. I just want to make sure I have sound. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Just a sec, guys. Let's see if it's finally popping up. Oh, there it is. All right, I just want to make sure I can see it and I can hear it. Let me, because these ads that, so I got monetized in December. That was really exciting. Okay, it's working. Okay, cool. And like always, there's just a ton of headroom. I don't know, the frame is really off because in my frame, it looks like it cuts off right here, but then in your frame, I'm seeing my like heater vent up there. So I don't know why that is, but YouTube will fix it eventually, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm trying not to be distracted by the fact that I can't see my head in this reflection, but that's okay. All right, so so much happening. I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna give people a minute to get here. Some of you have found this video because it looks like there's some thumbs up on the video, but as of now, I can't see anybody watching, and I think sometimes there's a delay, so like it'll say like 0 people watching and people are commenting, so I'm sorry if the view count here doesn't always reflect what's actually happening on your end. So I'm sorry about that kind of breakdown. I think it's just this is distracting me. I have this cute little, our neighbors gave us to us. It's like a pineapple serving tray and bowls. And here you're seeing my like Tiki setup here. I'm not like condoning alcoholism, but one of the things that is happening is my husband, Jesse, and I are taking a dive into all things Tiki. It's kind of wild, and I don't know if you guys know that much about Tiki or Tiki culture. I get that it's a very like kind of small group of people that are really into it, and so I don't know how many of you even know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Tiki, but we moved from Los Angeles to Palm Springs, and we just being here, it's just there's such like a cool like Polynesian Tiki vibe that we've just really fallen in love with. And we've always been into mid-century, and we knew we knew our family home that we had been looking for over a decade, you guys. We knew we wanted it to be mid-century, and sometimes I would get frustrated because we looked at hundreds of homes over that 10 years and it just felt like it was never going to happen. It felt like the homes were always too expensive, or like just too expensive, not just like the price of them, but also because they're older homes. There's so much money you need to pour into like the renovation of the home, the maintenance of the home, because of course if it's mid-century, it's 50, 60 years old. And then we finally just kind of stumbled into this like mid-century dream home here in Palm Springs. And along with falling in love with this location and this home, we've also fallen pretty hard for Tiki and all things Tiki. So this is the humble beginnings of our Tiki bar. We are noobs. We don't have like every fancy rum or even like really a knowledge of all the things that people that are into Tiki know. So we're just kind of baby stepping our way into this. And I've been starting to make some content that's more mid-century or Tiki, kind of Polynesian pop is what people call it here in Palm Springs, kind of making some of that content. It's not going to be like the main focus of my channel. I do still want to bring you guys like Southern California theme parks, attractions, ranch life when I go up to my family citrus ranch, just all that stuff. We made our first road trip video. I'll be posting on Thursday. So there's a lot of fun stuff like coming your way that's not just Tiki. But seeing that in the background, I'm like, I have to say a few things about what's going on here because I'm realizing it's hard with this wide angle. I have a hard time finding a place where I can like do a live video and it's not like there's distracting elements all around. So I kind of want to just, maybe I'll just come in tighter. I don't know how to do this because I had it all set up and then when I see it, it's like completely different when I look through the frame. Okay, so I'm gonna stop obsessing about what the frame is. I get really distracted by the technical side. That's something that means a lot to me. Like I'm a very visual person, so if you're wondering, that's something that I care about. Okay, so cheers, welcome, Happy New Year. I hope this day works for a lot of you. This seems to be a good day for me. One of my big goals for 2021 is to produce more content. I'm not gonna be able to do like a video every day. I did that in December. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. As you guys know, a lot of you are probably YouTubers watching this, but for the past year, I have been posting a live video every week and a new video every week. So I want to at least post 2 new videos per week, and maybe I'll go live twice a week. I'm not sure yet about that. Live videos are really great because I can just talk to you guys and hang out with you guys and I don't have to edit. So it's like if I'm sitting here talking for an hour, hanging out with you, interacting with you guys, it's really a great way to say hi and check in and find out what's on your mind, what you care about, maybe video content that you would like to see me make. And then it's done. When it's done, it's just done. And so for me, it's a really great way to just like sit down, chill, talk to you guys, take a break from shooting and editing. So it works for me. I do really like it. And so we'll see. Maybe I'll do more live. Or I definitely want to post at least 2 new videos per week. I'm debating when. I will definitely post on Thursdays and then I will find another day. I'm thinking I was thinking maybe Saturday. So if you guys have an opinion, like, okay, I really want content on a Monday, or I really want to see if you could do a live video on a Friday, just if you would please put it in the comments because it'd just be really helpful to me. Just that way it can help me decide because right now we're still basically doing everything from home. Jesse is working from home. I do this at home. My kids are still doing school on Zoom at home. So right now my schedule is pretty flexible. So if you guys have any opinions about when you would like to see content, please put it in the comments. Take that second to put it in the comments, and it will weigh pretty heavily on when I decide to do it because well, quite frankly, I don't get a ton of comments. So if you have an opinion, I'll probably want to deliver on whatever day is best for you. So yeah, so I don't know. This is interesting with the new year. I do feel like there's this kind of like letdown, I guess you could say. Christmas is so exciting. It's so active, especially in my live videos. We had a lot of fun doing, Christmas cookie decorating and Hanukkah. And I can tell I'm conscious that this video, just like me sitting here talking to you guys about like my new love of Tiki, or, whatever else we're going to talk about today, is kind of like wah, wah, wah. So I get that a lot of people are maybe burnt out too. Like maybe they're like me. I'm still on vacation. My kids, they have 1 more week of winter break. And so I've been spending a lot of time folding laundry and getting caught up on The Mandalorian, or trying to, getting caught up on things like just chilling, hanging out. Things are just, it's kind of just this kind of slow, restless feeling. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of how it's been for me. Also because I'm trying to really force myself to slow down. I tend to go too fast and I don't want to deplete myself. I want to come into 2021 like really renewed. So I don't know where you guys are at, but but that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to hit the ground running, but I also know this is my chance to relax with my family. So I'm also trying to make some time for that. Like I broke out a puzzle and I'm really the only one working on the puzzle, but it's like if I just sit there even for a few minutes a day working on a puzzle, I feel like that's a good kind of slowing down for me. I don't know if you guys have ways that you slow down and clear your head, but I find that really helpful because I tend to go really fast. I tend to be constantly going through, okay, what's my next video? What do I have to say about it? Why will people want to watch it? Why does it matter? All those questions that you ask and try to answer kind of in your own little, like, I don't have like a production team. I don't have people like writers. I have to come up with this on my own. It's often on the fly. So anyways, it's nice for me to find ways to like slow down and take a break. Because, oh, hey, my brother just came by and he's like, hey, Alyssa, I'm watching while I work. Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for watching while you work. I appreciate it. I guess I'll get started because I was just kind of rambling in the beginning just to give people a chance to get here. My brother's here, which is rad. He's been really helpful. He's actually working right now, so he probably can't chime in that much, but which is awesome. If you guys have work or laundry to do or you're working out, I'm happy to be your background entertainment. So I do that all the time with YouTube channels. I'll be in the kitchen or, you know, folding laundry and I just throw an iPad video. I put my phone in this and I just let it run in the background. And even if I have the sound off, I really enjoy seeing familiar faces and, you know, just seeing like the different places that the vloggers that I love that they go to, because I love following people that go on adventures and do things, because that's kind of what I am committed to doing for you guys. Speaking of adventures, we had a real adventure on Sunday. We went to the Salton Sea and I made a video about it, and it just basically took you guys with us through the whole journey, and it was quite adventurous. I'm not gonna like talk too much about it because I want you guys to watch it, and I'm gonna post that on Thursday. And it's interesting when I'm editing, I have to make a lot of decisions about like, do I linger on this sunset shot? Will people enjoy this video footage of the sunset over the Salton Sea? Or will I lose people? Like, will the retention fall off? And these are questions that YouTubers are constantly asking, like, what do my viewers want? Like, do they want the aesthetic long shots, or do they want me talking, or do they want it quick? So I have to constantly make these decisions based on my own sensibility and what I think you guys would enjoy. And this video is definitely kind of long. I've been making my videos longer just because I've noticed I have a greater retention for people that vlog. And so it's interesting. It's really interesting because I can see information on my end in the analytics of what videos people are watching. And sometimes I can predict, like sometimes I just know, okay, this is ahead of the trend, this is gonna do well. And then other times I'm surprised. Like a video may not do well in the beginning. Like a perfect example of one of my videos that ultimately did okay for me, it was my 10 favorite places, I think. It was like 10 favorite places of the Central Coast. And when I was making that video, I was really aware that I didn't think it would be a video that people would watch, but I love the Central Coast. It was beautiful. It's beautiful in the winter time. I had a lot of fun going to all these different places. It was kind of like our first big road trip after quarantine, and so I just felt like it felt so good to get out into nature and see, you know, these majestic ocean vistas. And when I was editing it, I definitely wanted to make it snappy. I wanted to make it engaging, but I knew that it may not do as well as, say, like a gluten-free grocery haul, which do really well. Like grocery hauls, like people love that on YouTube. So it's interesting though, because it did do okay. And I think it's probably because I framed it like 10 favorite things. I think if I would have made it like my favorite things of the Central Coast, I don't think it would have done as well. So it is interesting that people, the algorithm, whoever, retention is there for lists. Lists do really well, which is interesting. And that's not how my mind works. Like I guess I'm not like the zeitgeist. So I have to kind of constantly marry like my sensibility with what I think people actually want to watch. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, yeah, so 2021 is upon us, and it's different, you guys. Like I was saying before, I think there's this general feeling that I'm getting that people really want 2020 to be over, that it was horrible, which I get, it was something. But the problem with that is all of the challenges that 2020 brought are still here. Like they didn't end with the new year. So it's like I almost don't even want to say to people like Happy New Year, because it's not, it's like things are still not good. Like there's still a lot of people getting coronavirus and suffering from coronavirus. There's still a lot of businesses shut down with no kind of view in sight of when they're going to open. Like on a selfish level, for someone like me that loves Disneyland is still closed. Like there's all of these markers that we were so hopeful that would be there, that would be a sign of like a reopening. And it's kind of getting to the point where I start to wonder, like, you know, if and when we really will reopen or we will go back. I mean, I want to be as optimistic as possible, but I can't help but also really assess the situation and say, wow, we're really in uncharted territory. So all of that being said, though, I don't want to bring the mood down. I just think it's really important to be very real and honest before we press into creating a life we love, right? So it's not without its challenges from the get-go, 2021. And it's interesting. But I do think no matter what challenges face you right now, I do think you're gonna feel more powerful and more light if you do enter into your year with like a real strong intention for yourself. I don't think it needs to be like huge. I don't think it needs to be like, I'm gonna change the world in 2021. But I do think if we're living with intention, we will be more powerful. I do believe that. So for me, I think people are watching, but I don't think there's a lot of people like feeling in the mood to chat, because my bro's the only one that's weighed in so far. But I do, for me, like my year goals are a lot simpler this year, because for a long time now, I, on a personal level, have felt more challenged moving into a new year. For example, in 2018, my daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So that year was incredibly challenging. And entering into 2019, I was really just simply focused on being the best caregiver for her that I could be, and struggling with lack of sleep, because when you first get diagnosed with type 1, or you have someone in your care that gets diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, it is really hard to manage, and there are a lot of nights that you don't get that much sleep. There's still times when I have to go back into that mode. Like right now, my daughter's transmitter failed for the first time in over a year. I've never had a transmitter fail, and it failed. It's for her Dexcom, for those of you, I don't know. If I start really getting into the details, it's like a whole other video. So I might make some content that's just about her type 1 diabetes, but just to say simply, I have been having to do finger pricks again, and I need to do them in the night every 3 to 4 hours. So that means I have to set alarms for like midnight, 3, 6, because I don't want her to have a sudden low in the middle of the night and not know about it. Last night going to bed, she had a pretty good number, so I let it go about 5 hours, but it's like having a newborn. Like you're in like 3-4 hour cycles. So 2019 was really just about kind of surviving this new adjustment. It was like a big adjustment and focusing my energy on that. And then in the summer of 2019, my daughter was diagnosed with celiac disease. So that was like a new thing that really made me when you have these kind of life challenges that you did not see coming, it makes you really simplify. Like, I think so many people can relate to this right now because a lot of us that were in quarantine or still have our kids doing Zoom classes, our lives have gotten really simple. So then going into 2020, I was still focused on managing her celiac disease. And when you have celiac disease, just to put it really simply, you cannot have any gluten, like not even trace amounts of gluten. So like we have a countertop that we can't put any gluten products on it, which is flour, if anybody doesn't know what gluten is. And then she has a toaster that no gluten bread can go into, only gluten-free bread, because she can't even have like trace amounts of gluten. It's very dangerous. So that year became me adjusting to that. So, and then also going into 2020, I was really divided. I was doing stand-up and loving it, but I was also doing YouTube and really loving that, but like not having enough time for it and feeling very divided. And one of the worst feelings is feeling divided, feeling like you don't have a clear path. So if you're in a place of like uncertainty, just be really kind to yourself, like be really patient with yourself, because that's a tough place to be in. It's really, my favorite place to be in is when I have a project I love and it's just about execution. That's for me as a creative type, like that's the best. When I'm in a place of what's next, what's my purpose, I don't know my intention, it's really challenging, but we have to go through those kind of unclear, cloudy times to get through to our true like purpose and intention. So I just want to say, like, if you don't know what you want in 2021, it's okay, and it's okay to be there, and it's okay. So your intentions can be simpler. I've definitely had years where my intention was just to wake up at a certain time every day, or to journal every day, to to clear the blockage, like the creative blockage. Like journaling is really great. Or drink more water, like I said before. So I've definitely had years or to find my purpose. Like I was soul searching for a long time at the end of 2019. Should I keep doing YouTube? Because I was going to stop doing YouTube. Or like, should I pursue stand-up more heavily? I really loved doing it, but it was kind of pulling me away from my family life because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have 2 kids, and it was making me feel very divided. So in February of 2020, I was really clear and I really wanted to do YouTube. So I really focused my intention on YouTube. I humbled myself. I had to take stock of where I was at with my channel. My channel was very stagnant. I was only getting a few views per video. It felt like maybe it would be impossible to turn the channel around, but I took some YouTube classes because they offer them on YouTube, and I humbled myself, and I learned how to make better videos, or I made a promise to myself to be more regular with my schedule. And the growth has been really slow. I won't lie, it's discouraging when you do something full time and you want the growth to be to be reflective of how much work you're putting into it, but I think that's just kind of the nature of YouTube. I think YouTube's like really tricky, and I think that any growth is better than no growth. So I have seen a steady growth, and I did earn my monetization back, which was a really big deal for me. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a couple years ago, YouTube changed the monetization requirements, and I didn't meet all of them. So I had more than 1,000 subscribers, but I didn't have the 4,000 watch hours. And it was hard because it was just like, I didn't really care if I wasn't making that much money on YouTube. It was more about like just feeling legitimate. Like in America, even if you just make a few dollars doing something you love, it somehow feels like it legitimizes it. That's just kind of how we work. I don't think it's right, but that's just how we qualify things, and we feel validated. So so in February of last year, when I had that intention to kind of turn this channel around, it felt so good. So again, it's January 5th. It took me until like mid-February to find my intention. And then of course, the year unfolded in a way that none of us could have predicted. It has been and still is very wild from my perspective. There's no getting around it. This has been a really difficult time for so many of us. I just feel so blessed because my family and me, I'm really feeling well. So far, we haven't had any issues with our health, thank God. And hopefully it'll stay that way. But I mean, this virus is really scary, and it doesn't really feel like it's gonna go anywhere. It just feels like it's gonna maybe even get worse. So we'll see. You guys, it's strange times. Hi, Raleigh. This is my daughter, Raleigh. Hi.
I'm gonna make a Roblox game with pictures. So this is
cool.
This is like the picture.
Is this? Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Okay, fine. You let us know what the name's gonna be. So, that's my daughter Raleigh. If you guys haven't met her before, she's 5. Yeah, my kids, you know, it's tough, you guys, because they did a lot of screen time before this all happened, and now it's like off the charts. This is actually really distracting me, so it's my watering can. I'm gonna move it because I keep looking at it in the corner there, and it's distracting me. Anyway, so they did a lot of screen time before all of this happened, but now it's kind of off the charts. So I've kind of just let it go. I feel like so many of us parents are just succumbing to the screen time, the video games, the Roblox. Thankfully, Jesse and I have been able to get them out, like on big road trips. They resist it, but I think at some point they're gonna be thankful that we did get out of the house, that we did get out into nature. I remember complaining when my parents would take me out into nature or to museums or things that I thought were boring, and now I really cherish those experiences. It's like some of the most memorable and kind of character forming moments of my life. So yeah, I'm just trying to let go. It's one of those things where it's like in the evening we turn off the screens and then we like force them to watch a family movie. And like when I was a kid, like the family movie would have been the screen time, you know? So it's like we go from screen to screen, but that's kind of just the reality we live in, which is why I'm not really sure what going back is gonna look like. All this talk about like when the virus ends or going back, like I think those terms kind of in a way overlook what's happening, that maybe life will be more virtual moving forward. What will school look like? What has it been looking like? Like, I don't know. I mean, I am for sure hopeful that my kids will be in a physical school again, but like there's a school here in Palm Springs and it just closed because they did have some coronavirus cases. And they were a school that was a small private school that was open. So as much as we want to just like stubbornly like move forward and like ignore what's happening, it's still happening. So, yeah, well, it seems like maybe Tuesday isn't the best day now that we're in 2021. Usually people come by, but it's been pretty slow. So I don't know if any of you are gonna find this in the playback. Sometimes these videos do really well in the playback, and sometimes they just kind of whatever. So if you found this and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I will see some of you soon in the new year. I do plan to be live every Tuesday, but again, if you find this in the playback and you're like, no, I do want to be at your live videos, I want to say hi, if you don't mind just dropping me a comment in this video or going to my community page and just letting me know what works for you, or like you're like, hey Alyssa, I loved your gluten-free content, like do more of that, or I loved when you went to downtown Disney because you make more of those. So I'm definitely open to requests because I am spending a lot of time just kind of like figuring out this channel and figuring out what I'm really most committed to moving into 2021. I do want to bring you guys a lot of new content, so at the very least I will be posting 2 videos per week, but there's a good chance I will be committing to more because I am loving this, and I monetize, which is really exciting. I'm baby stepping into affiliate marketing. I've been approached by a lot of different brands on Instagram, which I'm kind of surprised about because I don't have like an Instagram following. It's mostly just my friends and family. I'm at supercallylistic if you want to find me. A few of you have, and it's really fun to be able to send messages back and forth. So please feel free to find me at supercallylistic, Alyssa Price on Instagram. And usually when I get approached to do the affiliate marketing, I'm like, I don't want to align myself with this brand. I don't really like the style. But then this one clothing label called Pineapple Clothing approached me, and I love it. It's kind of like if I had my own clothing line, what I would do. It's mother-daughter matching yoga pants and tops. And they also have mother-daughter dresses, which I can't wait to buy mother-daughter dresses for Raleigh and me and wear them to like an event. Like, I don't know when there's going to be events again, but hopefully someday soon. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like I even had a Pinterest page once upon a time that said kids dress better than you, because I love my daughter's clothes, and I'm often telling my mom friends, I wish they had those adorable clothes in our size. And so this clothing line, Pineapple Clothing, is kind of a dream come true, because I even posted today on my Instagram, I posted on my story, and I said kids clothes in adult sizes, because they're just so adorable. So I really quick do want to share it with you before I just remembered that was something moving into this year that I'm really excited to be selling these clothes. So look at the packaging. It is so super Cali with the pineapples. It's actually a US company based in Florida. And I'm actually wearing the pants right now. They're so cute. I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know, maybe I'll go back. Yeah, they're so cute. They're so adorable. So I bought matching pants for Raleigh and me. I actually let my daughter pick the pants. This is our first time buying these clothes, so I let her pick the pants, and I'm super excited about it. And she dances, and I used to dance, so it's just this fun like mother-daughter thing. And I posted like a really dorky dance video on TikTok, because I don't know how to TikTok, so it's kind of like clumsy, but whatever. My daughter's actually kind of taken over my TikTok. It's at Super Cali Mama is on TikTok. Anyways, so I let her pick out these, which here's the little girl pants. They're so cute. And here's the top, and it's a unicorn, and it says magic, which is so perfect for Raleigh, because ever since she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, she really is my unicorn. She's like my magical child that she defies gravity. It's just so amazing. She's such a fun-loving, active, gorgeous child that's really overcome all this adversity at such a young age. So she really is like a huge source of inspiration for me. And so this was just really cute, and she really liked it. And it kind of makes me think, I don't know if any of you how old you are or whatever, but if you had sticker collections in the 80s, I don't know if you remember Lisa Frank stickers, and I think you can still buy some Lisa Frank. I feel like I've seen like notebooks and binders and things with her label on it, but it's just like super sparkly and colorful and psychedelic and just, I don't know, just, I love the style of this pineapple clothing. And so if you go onto my Instagram, you can find it if you like go to the link in my bio. But anyways, so yeah, it's been really fun. It's like a fun start. It's fun to go into a new year. This is my first time, I think, in about 6-7 years that I'm going into a new year with like really clear intentions for myself, and like I feel very focused, which is such a good feeling, because I think, again, if you feel divided or you feel unclear, it can be really tricky. And just hang in there if you feel that way. And of course, it's not perfect because, well, things just are different right now. There's no way around it. It's almost like I'm at a loss for words. I'm having trouble saying, like I said before, I'm having trouble saying Happy New Year, because I don't know. I almost compare it to like if you're in a time of war and you know, no matter like how optimistic or bubbly or positive you are, like you can't deny that you're living through a very tragic time for a lot of people. So it feels like insensitive and detached to just be like, hey, Happy New Year. And everyone's like, you know, this isn't a happy situation. So I do believe in keeping it real, but I also believe that we can have our own like personal, individual experience in the midst of all this, and it can be positive. So anyways, I'm excited to bring you guys lots of fun, sparkly, super Cali videos of all things California. Thank you for watching. Thank you for finding my channel and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Oh, I'm like looking at my computer. Bye.